Welcome to Wisely Put, where we explore personal growth and wellness. Today, we're addressing the lasting effects of constant childhood criticism. Have you ever wondered why certain patterns in your life seem unshakable? The answer might lie in your early experiences. Childhood shapes our sense of self-worth and understanding of the world. When a child faces persistent criticism, it can impact their entire perspective, often well into adulthood. So here are 14 signs that indicate the lasting impact of criticism during your childhood. 1. Low self-esteem. Dr. Rosa Preston explains that when children are repeatedly told they don't deserve love, kindness, or respect, they internalize these messages. As adults, this can manifest as poor eye contact, slumped posture, and difficulty standing up for oneself. 2. Perfectionism. Dr. Ernesto Lira de la Rosa points out that children who learn that nothing they do is ever good enough often grow into adults who set impossibly high standards for themselves. This perfectionism can be paralyzing, making it challenging to complete tasks or feel satisfied with one's efforts. 3. Negative self-talk. The inner critic tends to be particularly loud in those who face constant criticism. As Dr. Pausick notes, the external criticism from childhood often becomes internalized, leading to harsh self-judgment that's difficult to silence. 4. Difficulty accepting compliments. Dr. Gail McBride observes that genuine praise can feel confusing or undeserved to someone accustomed to criticism. If you find yourself deflecting compliments or immediately pointing out how you could have done better, it might be a sign that undoubtedly your inner child needs healing. 5. Being hypercritical of others. Dr. Preston explains that this behavior stems from learning that speaking to others in contemptuous ways is normal and acceptable. 6. Hyper-defensive attitudes. Those who grew up under constant scrutiny often feel the need to defend themselves at a moment's notice, even when faced with constructive feedback that could be beneficial. 7. People-pleasing. Dr. McBride notes that individuals who were frequently criticized as children might prioritize others' needs over their own, struggling to set healthy boundaries. 8. Extreme self-reliance. While self-reliance is often viewed positively, an extreme version can develop in those who faced constant criticism. These individuals may operate as lone wolves, finding it difficult to trust or connect with others. 9. Social anxiety. The fear of receiving negative feedback can lead to constant worry about others' perceptions and a fear of upsetting people in social situations. 10. Constant comparison. Dr. Lira de la Rosa explains that these individuals may constantly measure themselves against others, feeling inadequate and beating themselves up for not being like everyone else. 11. Constant apologizing. Those who grew up in highly critical environments often learn to apologize as a survival mechanism, a habit that can persist into adulthood. 12. Trust issues. Dr. McBride points out that criticism brings shame and severs the feeling of belonging, making it challenging to form close bonds and trust others' intentions. 13. Difficulty regulating emotions. Dr. Lira de la Rosa explains that children who grow up in highly critical familial environments may not learn that their emotions are valid and normal. As full adults, they may struggle to manage their feelings, particularly negative ones, and find it hard to self-soothe during intense emotional moments. 14. Constant fear of failure. Individuals who faced constant criticism in childhood may develop a deep-seated fear of failure, often leading to avoidance of new challenges and a reluctance to take risks. Recognizing these traits in yourself doesn't mean you're destined to be defined by your past. Awareness is surely the first step towards change. If you identify with several of these characteristics, it might be helpful to explore your childhood experiences and how they've shaped your adult life. Remember, healing is possible. Working with a therapist can provide valuable insights and tools for overcoming the lasting effects of childhood criticism. You can learn to quiet that inner critic, set healthy boundaries, and build self-esteem. It's also important to practice self-compassion. Understand that these traits developed as coping mechanisms in a challenging environment. They served a purpose then, but now you have the opportunity to develop healthier patterns. Consider mindfulness practices to help regulate emotions and combat negative self-talk. Cognitive behavioral therapy techniques can be particularly effective in challenging and changing ingrained thought patterns. Building a support network of understanding friends or joining support groups can provide a sense of belonging and help combat the isolation that often accompanies these traits. In the end, your past doesn't have to dictate your future. With awareness, effort, and support, you can break free from the cycle of criticism and cultivate a more positive, fulfilling life. At Wisely Put, we believe in the power of self-reflection and growth. By understanding the roots of our behaviors, we can make conscious choices to shape our lives in more positive ways. Whether you're on a journey of self-discovery or supporting someone who is, remember that change is possible, and every step forward is a victory. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the lasting impacts of childhood criticism. We hope this information provides valuable insights and encouragement for your personal growth journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep growing wisely.